All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. All right, let me just set this up and we're good to go. All right. So today is officially day one. All right. Day one kickoff call to the 5 day challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an amazing thing. So we're going to talk about what is going to happen over the next 5 days. So let's give you guys some insight on what's happening over the next 5 days regarding the 5 day challenge. So basically, I'm going to give you guys the itinerary breakdown. Excuse me. So, excuse me. On Sunday, which is today we have the kickoff call at 5. On day one, we're going to talk about deleted inquiries. I'm going to be going over the 24-hour inquiry deletion guide, the late payment deletion script, permissible purpose deletion guide, and letter, deleting personal information, and freezing secondary consumer reporting agencies. So these are the topics I'll be covering tomorrow on day one. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not secured your ticket to the 5 day challenge, I urge you to do so because today is going to be, well, tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. On day two, we're going to talk about deleting collections. How do you delete collections without paying for it? And how do you use the law? How do you properly use a cease and desist, right? How do you properly use a cease and desist when it comes to debt collectors? And remember, guys, a cease and desist only works for debt collectors as it pertains to a debt. So if we're talking about an open account or an account that is not in for debt collection, you enforcing a cease and desist and saying that they don't have permissible purpose, that won't work. So I'll be breaking that part down. Um, Medical collections. Guys, currently under the new law, there are four stipulations that you can use right now to delete medical collections $500 or below from your credit, a paid medical collection, a medical collection that is less than a year old, and invalid medical debts. So there are different strategies that I will be going over that you can use to delete medical collections from your credit. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets, y'all know what I'm about to say. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. So for those of you on Instagram, comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge inside the chat. Comment the word challenge, and I will DM you. I will send you a DM with your link to join the 5 day challenge tomorrow. All right, for everybody else that's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, all you need to do is look at your screen, take a screenshot. You will see text the word challenge to 917-993-5238 to get your challenge tickets. So text the word challenge to 917-993-5238 to get your challenge tickets. All right, so on day number 2 now, we're going to go over the no parking rule. A lot of people, how many people on here know that there's a new debt collection law? How many people know that there is a new debt collection law? Just let me know. How many people know that there is a new debt collection law? All right. Versace, I got you. Versace. I'm gonna say it over. To get your tickets to the 5 day challenge, ladies and gentlemen, text the word challenge. Send me a text message. Text the word challenge to 917 993 5238. Text the word challenge to 917 993 5238 to get your challenge tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are on Instagram, comment the word challenge in the chat and I will be able to send you a link with the challenge details. Alrighty, boom, boom, boom. All right, so I just asked you guys about the new rule, right? So there's a few things that debt collectors cannot do anymore under the new law. One, they can't illegally park a debt on your credit. That's number one. Number two, before any item goes on your credit, they must contact the consumer to whom it relates, right? The notice for validations of debt has changed. It is not the same. Debt collectors are requiring to send you specific items and specific information as it relates to information about any alleged debt. And the other thing now that a lot of you did not know, when we're talking about the validation period, the debt collector, if the item is on your credit, the item must be deleted because until the debt is properly validated, they cannot furnish the alleged debt on your credit. So if you're disputing, you're helping the hood in so many ways. Thank you very much. Credit and Christ, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So a lot of you didn't know when it comes to debt collector, when you dispute the validity of a debt, are you sending a notice or validation of debt? Reporting the debt, reporting the item, or reporting the account as a debt is actually a form of communication, right? It's actually a form of collecting. It's a form of furnishing the information to collect. So when the notice for validations of debt is being done, all reporting activities are supposed to stop, including reporting the account. All collection activities must stop. Excuse me. All collection activities must stop. Reporting the account as late, reporting the account as a collection is also a form of collection. Thank you very much, Versace. Thank you very much. I hope I get to meet you guys tomorrow on the challenge. All right, so let's talk about some other things about debt collectors, right? As I was letting y'all know, guys, what I'm teaching my students now is this. Round 1, round 2, and round 3. We are only going 3 rounds. That is it. 3 rounds only. The fourth will be an intent to sue, a settlement, or an intent to sue. So what I'm teaching my students, 3 rounds, and then we're going to go to small claims court. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we'll be doing going forward in my university. 3 rounds, notice for settlement, lawsuit. That is it. We are not going to be going back and forth with these creditors, debt collectors, or consumer reporting agencies anymore. It is 3 rounds, settlement or pre-demand letter, and then we are going to small claims. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We will not be wasting no time with no back and forth with any of these creditors, debt collectors, or consumer reporting agencies. No, we're not. So what other things are violated? Oh, see, y'all have me starting going on a rabbit hole. and I didn't even tell y'all what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, cease and desist. All right, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the terminology cease and desist before. Can I take Experian to court? Yes, you can. Cease and desist. Cease and desist. What is a cease and desist? Okay, look like I got some people here that's going to talk to me about what a cease and desist is. Look like I got two people about to come on the live. Let's see what's going on. What is a cease and desist, and how do you correctly use a cease and desist? Kings, what's going on? I see y'all jumping on the live.
On the top of it, man.
All right, all right, all right. So the question is a cease and desist. Man, you requested the live, big bro.
No, I ain't requested this. Let's get on this credit.
Well, you on the live now, so I'm gonna ask. You on the live now. So the question is a cease and desist. When do you properly use a cease and desist, and what law gives you that right?
I have no clue on that one.
All right, let's think about it for a minute. Debt collectors, right? Have you ever heard that you can, as a consumer, refuse to pay a debt collector?
Yes.
All right. It comes from that section of the law, the communication section, 15 USC 1692 CC. Under the communication section, in writing, a consumer can refuse to pay a debt collector. It also gives you the right to send a cease and desist to a debt collector or debt buyer. Now, under what circumstances would you use it, and in what would be the purpose of you using it?
Can you do that on a car loan? Like, say if you had a lien holder, right, and they're wrong on your credit report, but yet they still have that lien out against you on your name, and you go into the bureaus or you go to the people to dispute it. How? My question is, how long would it take for them to like deny it if it's not accurate, and they still try to fight, saying that it's your name or so? That makes sense.
I get what you're saying. It's a little bit fuzzy, but I'm gonna do my best to answer it as best as I can. So disputing an open line, an open credit line as a debt won't work because it's open, right? It's a current account.
It has to be a closed account.
It has to be not necessarily a closed, but it being a collection. Yeah, it being a collection. So it has to be in collection status, right? If you're talking about now an open line of credit and finding about a lien, if we're talking about a lien, you need to do what is called a UCC 11 search in your state. What a UCC 11 search is, it is a search with your Secretary of State, basically asking them if there's a lien against your name. So normally if you got a mortgage or something like that where there's a lien, you could do like a UCC 11 search and you'll see it. But for automobiles, 9 times out of 10, I haven't seen any, because when I did my name, nothing came up. And what I did was I asked the state for a certified copy of the document stating that there's no lien against my name. And this is the process that I'm using to send to the DMV to get my release for title. That's the strategy I'm using.
Okay. So I went through that. I had gotten into a bad auto wreck, right? And then the car had like 15,000 left on it. But I had recently bought me a car, paid it off for 20 because I didn't want to have no credit or go through that the payments, and also with my name already having that on my credit report of me owing 15,000. But I've been learning your classes a little bit, not going inside of it, but learning when you post and how to dispute with Ben Man Capital and stuff. I can be honest, I was at like a 400. My credit's now like a 600. I'm in a VA. I got approval for my VA house, so I'm going through the process of all that now.
That's amazing, brother.
I've been for sure taking notes on how to take accountability on my credit. For
That's
sure.
amazing.
I give you your credit for that. That's why I on this live.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope I see you guys on the challenge, you know.
Hey, man, I got a question, right? Too. Last October.
So right. So I had about 28 entries on my credit report, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, right? I froze all my secondary credit bills. I froze LexisNexis. I froze SayStream.
Mm-hmm.
Well, SayStream is LexisNexis, whatever now. I froze Envious. I froze Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. I deleted updated all my information, deleted all the information.
Mm-hmm.
I filed a dispute, right? I filed it with Experian. I had to do nothing. Experian, I just did it online. Experian removed it online. So with TransUnion and Equifax, I had to send letters in with the FTC report. TransUnion removed it. Equifax like 3 months ago. So I just been fighting with Equifax. Equifax hasn't removed it yet. So I'm about to send my third letter in to them. But like I don't know why they playing. They had some internal. It was a freeze on my thing too. I couldn't even see my credit report or none of my previous report. And when I called them, they said it was an internal freeze that they put inside the system.
All right. So when we're talking about dealing with the consumer reporting agencies, you need to understand, like, yo, they got a lot more money than you and I do, right? And they're able to stall and give you different things to make you discouraged. If we're talking about a round 3 letter, right? And the strategy that I teach for the rounds in my university falls under 15 USC 1681I. Now, you're doing round 2, round 3. So round 1 is identifying the negative item on the credit, right? And you give them 30 days. They have 30 days to respond to you. That's what the law gives them as reasonable time. Yeah. Now, during that reasonable time, if they don't respond to you in that reasonable time, you can use an A1A rebuttal letter or an A1A complaint with the CFPB or the FTC and force them now to delete it because they would have been in violation of 15 USC 1681 I5 and 15 USC 1681 IA1A.
So I've been going through that problem myself, trying to get those deleted.
No.
I remember you saying that. I forgot the UCC code, but I remember you saying that it's a law for them to delete history. I even paid some credits off, some debtors off to help boost my credit up, like the small portions. But the big ones and the ones I knew that was inaccurate from either name, address, status on where it went from in collections, wherever the case may be, I knew where to attack those. There's still a few still stuck on like if you go into Credit Karma and the experience, they're going to show 2 different FICO scores.
But Credit Karma doesn't give you FICO score. Credit Karma gives you Vantage 2.0 or Vantage 4.
Vantage 4, yeah.
So when we're talking about the one that is 95%, usually you want to get your FICO scores. So you either want to, the best place to get it is from FICO themselves. So if you go to my FICO, it will give you all your score, your bank card score, your auto score, your mortgage score, your FICO 8, your FICO 2, FICO 4, FICO 9, FICO 10, FICO 10T. So it will give you all your FICO scores. All right. I'm gonna take a few more questions, ladies and kings, and I'm gonna see you back on the live.
One more question.
What you got, bro?
As far as disputing your credit, the 30%, is that a basic rule? Do you believe in that? I don't know if you already taught that.
Think about it this way. You have A, B, and C. They're all passes, but they're all passes that hold different weight, right?
Yeah.
All right. So 30% utilization would be your C. 20%, between 10 and 20% is your B, and between 1 and 9% is your A. So you maximize different amount of FICO points based on the category or the range that you fall in with your utilization. Utilization is 30%. 30% accounts for up to 165 points. So maxing out your credit cards can affect you up to 165 points because that is the category for utilization for the amount of credit being used. So how you use it is you want to keep utilization between 1 and 9%. That's the best part. So what you want to do to maintain that is find out how much all your bills come to for the month, right? And then you run those bills through your credit cards. What that simply means, you are going to pay those bills anyway. So instead of you paying those bills from your debit or your checking, you are paying it from your credit cards. And then now you then take the money that you was going to use from the debit or your savings or checking, and then you pay the card back off. So one, you're only limiting your exposure, so to speak, to the credit card company because you're not using your debit or credit to pay multiple accounts. All the accounts are being paid using your credit card. And what that simply means is credit cards are insured against identity theft, and it's against theft or unauthorized usage. What that simply means is if there are transactions on your credit card that you did not authorize, that is considered theft and you are not liable. But if your debit card gets compromised and those monies are taken off, good luck trying to retrieve it.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yep, you're absolutely welcome. I hope I see you guys
blessed,
on the challenge for sure, man, because I'll be able to give you guys a lot more of the strategies that I use, especially with the dispute process, guys. The dispute process is so important, and I don't know why most of you overlook the importance of the dispute, right? What is a dispute? That's the first thing I should be asking. Wait, you know what? Hold up. Back to here. Hold on a minute. I didn't even go through day 2 yet. See, I gave y'all a whole different thing. All right, so public service announcement. The challenge starts tomorrow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not get your ticket, now is the last time for you to get your ticket. If you are on Instagram, comment the word challenge and check your DMs. If you are on Instagram, comment the word challenge and then go and check your DM. All right. Now, if you are on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitch, if you're on LinkedIn, right? Look at your screen. Look at the screen right now, and at the bottom, you're going to see text the word challenge to 917-993-5238. So if you are on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitch, if you are on LinkedIn right now, text the word challenge. Text the word challenge to 917-993-5238 to join the challenge. I'm in the challenge for tomorrow. Let's go, Spawn. Let's go. Right? So the link for the challenge, yes, absolutely. Let me drop it in the chat right now so you guys can have it. That's the link to the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, that is the link that I just dropped for the challenge. All right. So now, day 2, I was still going over day 2. So day 2, we're going to cover the cease and desist. So I just went into a cease and desist. Can you explain this data breach for me if you know anything about it? All right, I'll look it up. What data breach are you talking about, Spawn? What data breach? Give me some more context. Which data breach? And I can look it up in a minute. All right, notice for validation of debt. What is a notice for validation of debt? When do you send a notice for validation of debt, and who do you send it to? Then the last question would be, what are you supposed to get after you send out a notice for validations of debt? I will be going over that tomorrow. On day 2. The model form B1. The model form B1. What is the model form B1? What is the model form B1, ladies and gentlemen? What is the model form B1? Has anyone ever heard of the model form B1? Can someone tell me what the model form B1 is, please? All right, so 50 million people, data breach, Experian. All right. So when it comes to data breach, guys, we're talking about 15 USC 6801. We're talking about 15 USC 6801. We're talking about 6801 violation. All right. When it comes to data breaches, we're talking about a 15 USC 1681A, protection of your information, and we're talking about 15 USC 6802 when it comes to protecting your information. All right. So number 3. On day number 3, on the challenge, we will be deleting repossession. So I'll be going over how you get repossessions deleted from your consumer reports. Deleting student loans. There's so many people right now with student loans on their credit. And a lot of people don't even know that student loans should not even be reporting on your credit. I'll be going over the FERPA law, Family Educational, FERPA. Family Educational, I be forgetting that law sometimes, FERPA. All right, so FERPA, or the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. There we go. Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA. I'll be going over the FERPA law on how you can use FERPA to delete student loans from your credit. All right. On day number 4, we have deleting charge-offs. We're going to go over deleting bankruptcy, the 4-day method, and deleting child support. All right. So on day 4, we're talking about charge-offs, bankruptcy, and child support. When you get your car down payment back because of truth in lending, can you get the title as well? Yes, you can get your title. All you need to do is a UCC 11 search, and then you use the UCC 11 search. Go to your local DMV, and you can demand a release of lien or whatever based on the fact that there's no lien against you. That's one strategy that can be used. Yes. All right. So, what is it that I'm sipping on? I got me some Jack Honey on the rocks. I got me some Jack Honey on the rocks. Jack Honey on the rocks is so smooth. So smooth. All right. Tomorrow, you guys know why you are here. Day number 1 of the 5-day challenge starts tomorrow. And if you have not gotten your tickets, now is the time for you to get your tickets. Go and get your tickets. I'm dropping the link. Go get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Go and get your tickets. If we are talking about you from the island and you don't smoke, no, I don't smoke. I only take an occasional drink here and there. When we're talking about the challenge now, if you're on Instagram, guys, comment the word challenge. If you're new and you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, I just dropped the link. The link is right there. Click on the link. If you are hearing the sound of my voice and you do not see the link, all you need to do is text the word challenge. Text the word challenge to 917-993-5238. Guys, if you're just coming in on Instagram, comment the word challenge, comment the word challenge, comment the word challenge. The 5-day challenge starts tomorrow. I will be going over how do you delete inquiries, how to delete late payments from your credit, how you use permissible purpose to get rid of unwanted inquiries on your credit, how do you use permissible purpose and the outdated section of the FCRA to delete information that is not up to date, outdated information. And then we're going to talk about a case law, Nelson versus Experian. So we're going to talk about versus and how the usage of the Fair Credit Reporting Act also provides that if a customer contacts a reporting agency to dispute the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in the container's file, then the CRA shall conduct reasonable investigation of the disputed information. The CFPB and Federal Trade Commission filed an amicus brief arguing that this provision applies to consumer disputes concerning personal identifying information contained in the consumer's file as names, addresses, and social security number. So, guys, I'm going to show you how you use this case law to clean personal information up. All right, so we're going over. All right, there is one more thing. Are the calls recorded? Yes, the challenge calls are recorded. The challenge calls are recorded. So if you miss any day of the challenge, you will be able to rewatch the recordings. Yes, the challenge recordings will be available, guys. Yes, it will be. I found something today. Found something very interesting today. All right, so for those of you with a charge off, what would you call the industry you're in? I'm in the industry of credit and finance. I'm in the financial literacy industry. Lord's World, I am in the financial literacy industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, how many people on here have a charge off? How many people have a charge off? how many people got a charge off on their credit? So I am going to be teaching charge off using a case law. So I'm going to be using the IRS documentation. I'm going to be using a case law, and I'm going to be using consumer law, and I'll be going over how you delete charge-offs from your credit. So for those of you that have a few charge-offs, you do not want to miss the 5-day challenge, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to be breaking down the step-by-step how you use case laws, consumer laws, and the IRS publications to delete charge-off accounts from your credit. So if you have not gotten your ticket, you probably want to get your tickets. If you're on Instagram, guys, comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, all you need to do is text the word challenge. Text the word challenge to 917-993-5238, or you can click the link. I just dropped the link. Click that link to sign up for the challenge. All right, so there's a case law. There's two case laws, right? And I'm going to be using these two case laws. So have any of you ever disputed? Have any of you ever disputed negative or outdated information like addresses, names, and so forth on your credit? And they're going to tell you that the information is tied to an open account that you should contact the creditor. Well, I'm going to show you guys that that is an actual lie. All right. I am going to show you that that is an actual lie, and that there's a case law, Nelson versus Experian Information Solution, where it was. Let me read the case law for you so I can give you guys more context. The Fair Credit Reporting Act provides that if a consumer contacts a consumer reporting agency to dispute the completeness or accuracy of any item of information contained in the consumer's file, then the consumer reporting agency shall conduct a reasonable reinvestigation of the disputed information. The CFPB and Federal Trade Commission filed an amicus brief arguing that this provision applies to consumer disputes concerning personal identifying information contained in the consumer's file, such as names, addresses, and social security numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be using this case law, and I'll be adding this information to my 24-hour express inquiry deletion guide, where you're able to use the script to delete personal information, names, addresses, phone numbers, inquiries that are not tied to any open account. I will be using this information in the new script that I'll be teaching tomorrow on my 5-day challenge on how to clean up personal information 24 to 48 hours. It's going to be so dope. It's going to be so dope, ladies and gentlemen. All right, where's my book? I need to write this down. So let me put in my thoughts together, because I'm gonna like this challenge. This challenge this week is going to be bananas. The challenge is going to be bananas, ladies and gentlemen. So I need to use case law Nelson versus Experian Information Solution to add to the 24-hour inquiry guide. Okay, got it. All right. So let's go back now to Monday. All right. So day 5 now, ladies and gentlemen. I got a question for y'all. Is there anyone on here that would like to know how to start a credit repair business? Is there anyone on this live right now that would like to know how to start a credit repair business? How many people want to make some money, some more money, some extra money, some side money by learning how to start a credit repair or consultation business? So, on day number 5, ladies and gentlemen, on day number 5 of the challenge, I will be teaching y'all how to put everything that you have learned and how to start your very own credit repair or consultation business. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make some money in the challenge. I'm gonna show y'all how to I'm gonna show y'all how to get as much deletions as you can. And then I'm gonna show you how you use those deletions to start your own credit repair business. There's also a few other things I might go over. How do you get paid for bad credit? So I'll probably go over that on day number 5. Yeah, I'll go over it on day number 5. Putting it all together. How do you get paid for having bad credit? I'm going to go over that. How to get paid for having bad credit. So I'll go over that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go right now, but I'm letting you guys know tomorrow. That's what I want to know. All right. So I got you. I got you. For those of you that wants to know, one, how to grow and start your credit repair business. Number two, how to get paid for having bad credit. And number three, how do you use the information to start your very own credit repair business? So you're going to go over, you're going to be learning a few things. Number one, how to delete anything from your credit. Number two, how to get paid for bad credit. And number three, how do you put all the information that you've learned together to start your very own credit repair or consultation business? Yep, you can get paid for having bad credit. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Question: what's the difference between your university and Haitian CEO company? There's absolutely no way for me to tell you because I don't know what is in Herman's company. I know my company, I teach consumer laws, how you use consumer laws, how you get paid for bad credit, how you can start your own credit repair business, and how you can make a lot of money being in the game. I don't know what Herman teaches because I don't know what Herman does in his company. All right. Yes, the challenge is in April. The challenge is tomorrow. The challenge starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. I'm so ready. Okay, okay, okay. I'm ready too. I'm gonna give y'all some game tomorrow. Sheesh. Tomorrow's game is going to be wild. Tomorrow's game is going to be crazy. The games that I'm going to give to y'all tomorrow is going to be wild. Someone asks, who would I dispute back? Okay, how would I dispute back? Okay, so let's talk about it. What do you want to know? What type of dispute are we talking? Sean says, I'm ready. Sigmade says, challenge. Yo, if y'all are new, you just got here, drop the word challenge in the chat, man. Listen, the challenge tomorrow is going to be wild. I'm going over. Let me tell y'all what y'all are going to get this week, right? All right, day one. I'm going to be on fire right now. This like I'm just going to go over everything that we're going to do this week. Deleting inquiries in 24 to 48 hours. Deleting late payments in 1 to 4 hours. Permissible purpose. Updating personal information. Using case laws. Freezing the secondary consumer reporting agencies. Deleting collections. Medical collection. What is the known parking rule? How do you use a cease and desist? Notice for validations of debt and what you're supposed to get. The model form B1. What is the model form B1? Who or what information is supposed to be on there? Deleting a charge off, using case laws, using IRS publications, using consumer laws, deleting a bankruptcy, using the 4-day method, deleting child support. Child support is not a right, child support is fraud. I'm going to be going over all of those. How you delete a student loan? How do you delete a repossession? Right? And then I'm going to talk to you on day 5 about, okay, how do you put it all together? How do you start your own credit repair business? How do you use deletions you get to start your own business? And most importantly, how do you get paid for bad credit? So I'll be going over all of those, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a fire week. It is going to be a fire week. So if you're not if you're not ready for this week to be amazing, don't come. Like, yo, this week is going to be fire. Not to mention, I'll be teaching you guys how to use the consumer law dispute AI software in your deletions. You don't even have to go to the post office. It's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. It is going to be wild. We are going to go wild. How do you use consumer law and artificial intelligence? How do you properly use consumer law and artificial intelligence? How? I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys. How do you use consumer laws and artificial intelligence to maximize your deletions? It is going to be crazy. Lynetta, I need all that. Let's go. I need all that too. Listen, all you got to show up. Show up this week with your cup. Just show up with your cup and let me pour into it. That's it. All you got to do is get your ticket, show up to the challenge, and let me fill your cup. Let me pour into your cup. Because I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the strategies that I'm going to be teaching you this week, there will be no one teaching you the strategies because I made these strategies myself. So if you're on Instagram, all you got to do, I want in. Let's go Quest West Official. Comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge. QS, comment the word challenge. When you comment the word challenge, you will get a link inside of your DM. You're going to get a link inside of your DM. You're going to get a link inside of your DMs. Just comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge. For those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I'm dropping the link right now. I just dropped the link. I want to start a credit repair business. You are in the right place. Joy Joseph. I just dropped the link. Here you go. That's the link to the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be absolutely amazing. Make sure you sign up for the 5-day challenge. Make sure you click the link that I just dropped in the box. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go wild. So, excuse me. Did you guys know? Did you know that the consumer reporting agencies Where did you drop the link? No, the link was dropped on Facebook and YouTube. Just comment the word challenge. Just type the word challenge in the chat box. Comment the word challenge and you will get the link. Just comment the word challenge. All right. Did you know that by law, consumer reporting agencies and furnishers of information have an obligation to report accurate items on your credit? Did you know this? Did you know by law, the consumer reporting agencies and the furnishers of information, they have an obligation to report accurate information on your credit? Who knew this? Who knew this? So 15 USC 1681 EB speaks about a consumer reporting agency and the obligation they have, right? It speaks about them having putting procedures in place. Lynette, I got my ticket. Let's go. Success, love, speed, and I will see you tomorrow, right? 15 USC 1681 EB speaks about the ongoing obligation that these consumer reporting agencies have. They have to put procedures in place to ensure that the consumer report has maximum possible accuracy. Maximum possible accuracy, ladies and gentlemen. They need procedures in place. So let me give you guys an example of the scope of information that these agencies are managing and the reason why your reports will never be 100% accurate. Let me break this down to you. There is 333 million people in America. All right? 333 million people in America. Now, let's say about 200 million are adults, right? Meaning the age from 18 to 75 or whatever. Now, we're talking about each consumer reporting agency maintaining over 200 million files, right? We're talking about each consumer reporting agency maintaining over 200 or around 200 million files. If 90%, all right, let's put the statistics this way. For every 5 black and brown people that you have, 1 to 2 persons have bad credit. For every 19 Caucasian, 1% got bad credit, right? So now, around 200 million files, 200 million profiles, right? And we're talking about a consumer reporting agency maintaining files on almost 200 million people. Do you think that they care if your information is inaccurate or not? That's number one. Number two, they do not have the capability to investigate every single dispute from 200 million people. They don't. Number three, every time an institution, whether an employer, a background check agency, a utility company, a bank, a car dealership, or whoever pulls your report, that company that's pulling your report have to pay them. They have to pay them for the information. Now, look how crazy this shit is. Look how crazy this is. companies voluntarily and for a fee sell information to the consumer reporting agencies. Listen to this now, companies go and search consumers' personal information, financial information. They go and search your information, package the information, and then sell it to a consumer reporting agency, right? And then these same company that sell your information to the consumer reporting agencies are the same companies that are going back to them to buy a report from them about you and your financial habits. Ain't that crazy? So, like I was saying, about 200 million people, about 200 million, right, have 90% of 90% of 200 million have some form of inaccurate information on their credit. The same companies that take your information, sell your information to the consumer reporting agencies, and then they repurchase your information from the consumer reporting agencies. Do you believe that maintaining 200 million files, do you think they, like, even if they wanted to, they do not have the resources to maintain 200 million profiles. All right, let's go on the FTC website, right? And find out how many consumer law violations were filed with the CFPB in 2023. All right, listen to this. In 2023, the CFPB filed 29 enforcement action and resolved through final orders 6 previously filed lawsuits. Those orders require lawbreakers to pay approximately $3.07 billion in compensate to harm consumers and pay approximately $498 million in civil penalties. But that's not the crazy part. How many complaints? How many complaints? How many complaints? All right. Let's see, credit reporting on personal consumer reports. Okay, not that. I want to find there's a document I saw, and okay, so look at this. I'm gonna read something to you. According to a recent year in review, right? The trend of the last 2 years filing the Telephone Consumer Protection Act increased in 2023 compared to 2022. Likewise, complaints filed with the CFPB were up for the year. Fair Credit Reporting Act and Fair Debt Collection Practices filings, however, were both down from the previous year. So, if there's 200 million people with 200 million files that have a consumer report, your consumer report, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not the one fighting to keep your consumer report accurate, if you're not the one that is holding these consumer reporting agencies accountable. Thank you very much. Just followed my pages. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. If you think, ladies and gentlemen, that these consumer reporting agencies are putting out all efforts to make sure my volume is low, my volume is up. I'm not sure why you are not hearing it correctly, but let me see some. Let me see something real quick. Audio, audio, audio. No, my audio seems good. Audio seems good. We're talking 200 million files. We're talking 90% of those files having some form of inaccuracies. Then we're talking about each inaccuracy being investigated. Every dispute, every single dispute that is sent in, every dispute sent in by the consumer regarding the accuracy or completeness of their consumer report must be investigated. This is law, right? And we're having these agencies that, one, they're understaffed. Two, sometimes when you don't get a respond, is that they didn't reach to your dispute. So the chances of them holding their promise that, hey, we will ensure that your consumer report is accurate, we know that is not true. That is not true because they don't have the capabilities or the manpower to get it done. They just don't. And this is why you will find that your consumer report has so many inaccurate information on it, because the companies that are in charge, that house your information, that furnishes your information, do not have the resources to maintain all 200 million files. They just don't. I am a certified credit consultant and have a credit repair business, but never got game like this. I need to get on board with consumer law. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to break it down even more, because for those of you that are just joining, I'm going to send you the link right now. So if you're on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, the link that I just dropped is for you to join my 5-day challenge. I'm going to break this down some more for y'all. If you're on Instagram, guys, and you just got on, all you have to do is comment the word challenge in the chat. Comment the word challenge in the chat. Let's do the math. If you go to Google right now, go to Google and type in how many people are in the US. How many people in the US have a credit profile? Let's type that one in. Because let's go. How many people in the USA have a credit profile? Let's start there. Okay. Based on a 2020 census, this is a 2020 census, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 2020 census, all right? And if you go on FICO, you're going to see that this is based on a 2020 census, and FICO is saying the U.S. credit eligible population, those are 18 of age, is 258 million people. But how many of those consumers can obtain a FICO score? Calculations by FICO data scientists indicate that more than 232 million US consumers can be scored by the FICO score suite. What does that mean? It means 90% of our 233 million people that is living in America have what is called a eligible consumer report that can produce a FICO score. That's what that means. All right. And for each person is a consumer report, right? Each person got a consumer report. Well, each person got 3 consumer reports. But when you look at it from the consumer reporting side, they are maintaining 1 file per person, if you get what I'm saying. So now we're talking about 232 million credit profiles that must be monitored and that must be accurate. Follow me here. 232 million. Tell me, how is TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian going to manage and maintain 232 million profiles and making sure that the information on them is accurate? They cannot. That is the answer. They cannot maintain that level of accuracy. They cannot. And this is the reason why consumer laws were put in place. If they don't state in the reinvestigation results consumer disputes, then that a consumer violation. Also, it must state you disputed in the remarks. If not, it lowers your FICO score. Hinkle versus Midland. Right? So they're not able to maintain the accuracy of 232 million. So consumer laws are put in place. Our consumer laws were put in place to make sure that you, the consumer, are not a victim of false, misleading, inaccurate, incomplete, unverifiable information that could harm your personal well-being, your mode of living, your character, your general reputation, right? Consumer laws were put in place to protect you from that. The CFPB and the FTC, these are the 2 agencies now that are put in place to enforce the consumer laws. Right? You, as the consumer, it is your responsibility. It is your credit, your responsibility. It is your credit, your responsibility. Right? It is your responsibility to make sure the information on your file is accurate. If the information on your file is not accurate, the FCRA and the FDCPA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, give you the right. It gives you the right, ladies and gentlemen, to have these items disputed. You can get paid for having bad credit, because if you have addressed the issue round 1, round 2, round 3, and then a settlement letter or a final warning letter, and you gave them the opportunity to rectify the situation and they did not, you can get paid for these consumer law violations. You can also get monetary compensation if you have been harmed, meaning that you went for lines of credit or for extensions of credit and you got denied as a result of their failure to correct inaccurate information on your credit. They are sending back too many rounds. That's more money. Stall letters for 6 months or more. They will send stall letters. They'll do a lot of stuff. But it doesn't matter what they do, it's what you do that matters. You are the educated consumer. You are the person that is supposed to hold them accountable. It is your job, yours, not mine, your job. Your job is to know what is on your credit. If you pay somebody to do it, it's their job to tell you what is on your credit. And using this information, what can you do? You can demand the deletions of several trade lines from your consumer report. That's one. Number 2, you can get paid for harm or damages or negligence, right? You can go to small claims court, you can go to federal court, wherever. You can go and seek your remedy, right? You now also possess the ability to start your own credit repair or consulting company, helping thousands and thousands of Americans to repair, rebuild, restore their own credit, and to get themselves back in a position to have the power to purchase. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are new, comment the word challenge if you're on Instagram. Comment the word challenge if you are on Instagram. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, I dropped the link. The link is in the chat to join the challenge. Look in the chat, you will see the link to join my 5-day challenge. So, ladies and gentlemen, all right, this is going to be the end of tonight's live. I hope this live was informative. I hope you learned something. I definitely need to see you guys on the challenge tomorrow. The challenge starts tomorrow, April 22nd to 25th. I will have you guys for 5 days, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be amazing. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge. If you are on Instagram, comment the word challenge. Lead JYY. You get on the challenge tomorrow. We'll be able to get on a Zoom. I do not take phone calls. So you get on the challenge tomorrow, get the brain picker ticket, and then tomorrow you will be able to speak to me on our one-on-one session in the inside the brain picker session. All right. I can't find the link. Quest official. All right, you can't find the link. Did you comment the word challenge? Comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge. Or send me a DM. If you cannot find the link is in my bio. You can comment the word challenge. It starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you cannot find the link, DM me challenge link and I will send the challenge to you. So if you comment the word challenge right now in the chat and you do not get the link, all you need to do is send me a DM. Send me a DM the word challenge, ladies and gentlemen. DM me the word challenge and I'll be able to send the link to you. So from your favorite island boy, I will see y'all tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I got so many new things that I'm going to be teaching you guys, using and incorporating case laws inside of your disputes. It is going to be amazing. See you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go preserve my voice. Later.